We needed another one of these, another photo op.
Pretty much.
It's a sad day in hell when black men have death days, not just birthdays. It was the anniversary of George Floyd's murder, and the family of George Floyd was invited to the White House. Wasn't nothing really constructive done. They just sat down, and most of the time all they talked about was his daughter Gianna and how much they gave her ice cream and all that stuff. That really nothing was really done or talked about really.
A lot of emphasis on the daughter.
So this is their little photo op, and then why do we go through this? Like, I wouldn't have went to that White House until they did something I felt was needed. Well, I guess they feel like everything they want is already needed. They got their 27 million. So they got what they need.
Asians don't have to do photo ops.
No, they don't.
They have to do shit. They get bills signed. Don't even have to do shit.
Yeah. So obviously today, the anniversary of his death, you know, they were out in New York, outside the police headquarters in Dallas. They were in a couple places at they were having a party at the George Floyd Square.
Are they dancing to R. Kelly's Dancing and They Step in the Name of Love? That's what it looked like.
You know, they was in Brooklyn. They were talking about it. Scotland, Greece, England, Germany. So they still protesting this stuff. And they got some lip service. You know, they got some lip service from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They still have not passed the George Floyd Policing Act. They still ain't passed it. So all of this invite me out, they still ain't passed it.
They don't plan on passing it. Like the Emmett Till bill, still sitting there.
It, you know,
like the lynching, all those lynching bills.
200. Let's see what they had to say about their visit.
And we're just thankful for what's going on, and we just want this George Floyd Policing Act to be passed in the future.
Is there any message? Could I ask you real quick?
No,
is there a message you want the American people to know?
Because this is the thing. If you can make federal laws to protect the bird, which is the bald eagle, you can make federal laws to protect people of color.
What about
he really practiced that shit, and I'm not coming down on him, but he clearly practiced that.
People of color.
Yeah.
People of color.
Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we do this to ourselves?
You know what?
They gave us the gun. We put the bullets in and pulled the trigger ourselves.
I want to say something so bad, but the conversation would light my ass up, so I ain't gonna say it.
What's the difference? If you look at the picture I showed you, for some reason I don't really understand. Little baby was there at the White House with the George Floyd family. Now, little baby, he did pay for the birthday, I believe, of his daughter Gianna. So he did pay for one of her birthdays and stuff. So I guess he has some type of closeness to the family now, part of his new activist belief. So
I ain't falling for that shit. You know, it's interesting how Kobe Bryant's daughter, his name is Gianna, and George Floyd's daughter name is Gianna. Y'all should look up what those names mean. Yeah,
it's pretty interesting. And I remember when who was it? There was like, oh, and you didn't, I can't remember, and I'm forgetting. Did Chadwick Boseman die last year too?
Yeah.
Ooh, Black Panther, Black Mamba, George Floyd, Gianna's. A lot of connection there.
It's a lot of connections.
So we're gonna see what they had to say about little baby being there, and once again another emphasis on the daughter.
Attorney Chris Stewart.
On behalf of Roxy, little baby Will, Justin, my law partner, the president actually interacted and played with Gianna. She had an absolute ball. And that's why this may be a sad day across the country, but this was a super happy day, seeing her smile like she's still smiling. So if everybody can just come together, Democrat, Republican, and pass the bill. If you care about policing and the people, it'll get passed.
Once again, you have to beg.
You gotta beg to get something done. Asians didn't have to do shit.
You niggas, your family member was murdered on camera, and you gotta go to the White House on the anniversary of his death and still beg for
you know
an
what?
act to pass.
All them up there is fucking boule and gatekeepers. Every last one of them. Yeah.
It's like when you if you don't know it, This showed you at the bottom.
They don't. None of them up there give a damn about that bill getting passed. They've already got, like you said, they already got their settlement.
I'm not gonna put that on the family.
I'm gonna put it on the family too.
I'm not gonna put that on the family. But yeah, definitely those lawyers up there. We know Ben Crump. He had every damn. He all over the place.
Like you. This is your famous words. He's a fucking ambulance chaser.
100%. That's who he is.
Everywhere niggas die, woo, there go Ben Crump pulling up to the scene, trying to get some money.
He get people paid. Ben Crump say, "Hey,
he get people paid, but we don't."
How they said, "I'm where the cheddar reside."
You don't get nothing done though. All you get is money. We get no justice done.
Maybe some of these people, money is justice. Not forget them.
You know what? The black man's body generates money for everybody. Your dead body generates money for everything.
I just said it. George Floyd's death day, not his birthday. Today is his death day.
He generated money for Black Lives Matter. He generated money for
he bought Patrice Cullors a damn mansion.
Yeah, she
bought her a couple mansions.
She said she got a couple house. Not just in America either. She got international.
She has a family she has to take care of. So his sister, George Floyd's sister, she did not go to the White House. She actually went out and spoke against Biden in the White House because she feels like y'all ain't doing shit. I'm not coming to see you and get a photo op, and you can talk about how you played with my the daughter and had a good day and gave her ice cream and shit. When you gonna do what you said you was gonna do?
She's the one that's in North Carolina, right?
I don't know.
I just want to make it very clear as to why I am not in D.C. today. Biden invited the Floyd family to be in his presence, but I was going to D.C. for a purpose. I was going to D.C. for Biden to sign a bill. Biden has not signed that bill. Biden has broke a promise. It don't take that long to hold these police accountable for what they're doing. There's been a lot of names added to the list after my brother's death. And still nothing is being done. So my message to the president, get your people in order. Get your people in order. Because we're going to continue to fight this good old fight. Us black people. It's time for a change. And I think it's time. Our time is now. I think our time is now.
So
at least she said black people.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you know she on a different wavelength.
Or they just needed two different.
No.
Okay.
I think she's on the outside looking in more than likely. Of that 27 million.
I'm glad you have faith in them.
I can't be pessimistic towards everybody.
Listen, I have to be a realist in this situation.
I'm a realist.
Listen, we know they like to have two different sides playing for the same bird. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I hope it's genuine what she's doing.
Well, I will say this. 1 year ago today, George Floyd was killed. Also 1 year ago, around this time, the pandemic started. Two groups were allegedly affected by this by beginning of last year. With George Floyd, it was Negroes. With the pandemic, it was Asians. One of them, in that same time span, received an anti-Asian bill that protects them. The other didn't receive one.
Well, Negroes was affected by the coronavirus too. They saying that black people were the main ones that were getting it. Because you remember the joke was, black people, we were running around saying, there ain't no cases with black people.
What the black people dying at?
And then as soon as they said that shit, they were like, oh, black people. We were never doing it by races. We were just doing it by.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, black people are leading in coronavirus.
And niggas started sweating. But listen.
All I know is.
Also, niggas also suffered with their businesses being shut down. They were top in the list of black small businesses. There's a lot of wealth that was lost because of this pandemic.
Yeah.
A lot of black owned businesses went belly up and they ain't coming back. One side got something, other side still haven't.
And Asian people didn't even have to fight.
No. Just a little bit of.
Just 4 videos of them getting their ass supposedly whooped in. Negroes been getting their ass beat for over 400 years.
Yeah, how Kwame said.
What they say?
How Kwame said, getting their draws kicked in.
You have a higher pain tolerance. You could take it.
Now, also, Darnella Frazier, the teen who recorded George Floyd's death, makes public statement. She came out. The girl who recorded the video that went viral, she came out and released a statement about the situation. Very long paragraphs. I'm not going to read it, but I'll show it on the screen. What she had to say about the situation, how she said this is not the first time she's seen a black man die, but the first time she want to die right in front of her, a few feet away. So she speak about how it affected her and the change that she want to see happen from the situation. I remember a few months ago when this first happened, you had people saying stuff like, she needs a GoFundMe for her mental state, and I'm like, there's like 6 people out there that saw that. I'm just saying, like 6 to 8 people saw that. I mean, why would she get a GoFundMe in particular? Like, there's the guy who really, I believe, needed some counseling and therapy. The guy who reported the fake bill, he the one who feels real guilt. He didn't just see it. He feel like it's his fault. And you could tell in that courtroom, he was fidgety. He was kind of, you could tell he blames himself for what happened. It was just unfortunate. So, but yeah, she came out and said something. This is her first time saying anything since it happened. Now, the statement released by Kamala Harris about the meeting with the Floyd family came out, and none of this matters. All this is bullshit, except I want to read this. After Mr. Floyd was murdered, Senior Cory Booker, Representative Karen Bass, and I introduced the Justice and Policing Act. Now, she didn't call it the George Floyd Policing Act right here. You notice that? She called it the Justice and Policing Act to hold law enforcement accountable and build trust between law enforcement into the communities it serves. Congress must move swiftly and act with a sense of urgency. Passing legislation will not bring back the lives lost, but it will represent much needed progress.
You know what would have been more genuine? If she would have used George Floyd's name, and if she would have said, and building trust between law enforcement and the black community.
Well, yeah,
that it's supposed to serve and protect.
Yeah, she got to play politics, and
she just made it a general
blanket fluff.
statement.
This is
vague.
This is fluff now. But once again, you met up with this family, and you still haven't passed this bill.
See, Kamala Harris is choosing her words wisely because she's planning on running for president in 2024.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know there was a picture of her and Biden and the family in the Oval Office, but I couldn't find a picture of her with the family. And I
didn't want a photo op.
If I'm saying, I think it was very shrewd of her to not make it look like it's a photo op. She could say, "Oh, I didn't just take a picture with the family." I don't think Joe Biden has one either. Maybe he does. I know there's one in the Oval Office, but I'm talking about like one Nancy Pelosi has, which is a complete photo op. But Biden also has something to say. He said here, once again, most of this is just fluff and not necessary. Just go down here. The negotiations on the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Now, once you see that, he called it the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, and Congress are ongoing. I have strongly supported legislation that passed the House, and I appreciate the good faith efforts from Democrats and Republicans to pass a meaningful bill out of the Senate. It's my hope they will get a bill to my desk quickly. Now, if you see right here, he said, I have strongly supported the legislation that passed the House, and I appreciate the good faith efforts from Democrats and Republicans to pass a meaningful bill out of the Senate. So he's saying they're taking stuff out and adding stuff in right there. So he says good faith. Is he trying to say, oh, they're not just trying to sabotage the bill? Or hopefully they're actually trying to do something that I can actually sign. So he said he agreed with the bill that passed the House. So does that mean the bill has came to his desk that he didn't agree with?
Probably so.
I'm just assuming here. That's a speculation. He made sure to point out the bill that passed the House, I agree with. But the one that's possibly hit my desk, I have not agreed with it, and I ain't signed it. Now I don't know if they voted to get to his desk yet, but I'm just making an assumption there. He pointed out he liked the one that passed the House. But yeah, the George Floyd situation, his family went to the White House for some photo ops, some smiles. They made sure to put his daughter in a lot of headlines, a lot of pictures of her. I thought it was kind of strange, especially that picture of her and the guy holding the door for her. I thought they kept emphasizing him holding the door for her. I was like, that can mean a lot of things, but we're not gonna dive into it. Not gonna dive into it.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, the Caucasian, I guess he military Marine, holding the door for the little black girl. Anyway, man, that's that on that. The photo op is over. 1 year anniversary. Still no bill passed for the police. All praise to the Most High. Peace.